What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 53. Back again, story time, yeah. Real quick, man. I'm going to run through this one real fast because I'm on a time schedule, believe it or not. And I got to get up out of here, man. Listen, about a year ago, I was telling a story about how me and the homeboy Crazy Kieth from Harlem, we got caught over in the Hacienda Village trying to go see a girl and got caught by the Bloods. After that, it was a couple of guys in my comments because I said I was going to tell another story about how when we got caught in the 20s. And a lot of dudes want to hear the story. They want to hear the story. And I'm like, okay. One of the reasons why I didn't come right back to the story, because I was trying to figure out how to tell the story. It was some things in there that I didn't know how to place them back then. You know what I'm saying? I know how to place them now. So I'm going to tell that little story real quick, real fast. Of course, is it going to be altered somewhat? Yeah. And when I say alter, not adding anything, but leaving a few things out, you know? Okay. We ain't gonna speak on the year that it took place. Yeah. No need to. But anyway, if you remember, I told a story back a couple of years ago about when we first started selling dope in the Harlems. And we had a dope spot right there on 39th in Harlem in the Palm View Apartments. Across the street, we would always kick it. It used to be a beauty shop over there. A female named Cheryl. That was the name of the spot. Cheryl owned it. I remember back then, Cheryl was going with a dude named Peen from Harlem. P-E-E-N. Peen. I remember Peen went to the pen for a jewelry store robbery. And the cold part about it, when they went to go do this jewelry store robbery, I was supposed to be with them. They had extended an invitation. Come on, Toon, man, y'all, you want to ride with us, hit this lick? And I was gonna go, but I got caught up in some other stuff and I couldn't go. So I didn't go on that one. Luckily, I didn't go on that one because they got popped. Anyway, from us hanging over there like that when we was selling dope over there, we was real cool with them cats. You know what I'm saying? Back then, you know what I'm saying? Things have drastically changed since then, but we was real cool with them back then. What I told you a story about one night when I was hanging out on 37th or 35th or whatever that was. It was a liquor store on the corner. And I told you I pulled up, went in the store. When I came out, it was 4-5 dudes from Harlem that was standing in front of the store. So when I went in, bopped to do whatever I was going to do, when I came out, I'm standing at the store and the dudes from Harlem, their back was to Western and they was facing me. So they didn't see the car pull up. When the car pulled up in back of them, it was, I said the name back then, but I ain't going to do, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit more wiser now. It was a homie in the car from A-Trey Gangster, and it was a homie in the car from Fido's Hoover. I knew both of them quite well, and I knew what both of them was about, and I knew what was getting ready to happen right then and there. But the homie from A-Trey Gangster, this is a homie that I ran with a lot on the streets, on a daily almost, back then. And when he seen me, what they were about to do, they stopped, and when they see me, they move, get on, you know what I'm saying? But they pulled off. No, they was coming back. Make a long story short on that little bit. When they left, I told the dudes from Harlem, hey, y'all might want to get up off this corner. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really go into a whole lot of detail. I wasn't finna tell them that, I wasn't finna go through, you finna get bust on and, you know what I'm saying, this set, that set, and all this and that. Just, you might want to get up off this corner, because I'm dang sure finna get up off of it. Okay, but now, I ended the story back then, right there. But what I did tell is that night extended into some more shenanigans. Yeah, that night extended into some more shenanigans to when I met up later on with the homie Crazy Kieth. He would come over to the dope spot. He would come over to the Palm Views and looking for me a lot. Man, where Toon at, And I would always, what's up, cuz? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we'd kick it or go about our business. Cause we was real tight and white, man. Real tight, man. That's the homie right there. Anyway, that same night, later on, I bumped into Keith again. So we go to talking, and he wanted to go do something. I'm like, shoot, cuz, what's up? Now you gotta look. Back then at this time, during this stretch of year, this was back. Gang banging in LA was at an all-time high. The lines were drawn and they weren't blurred. Your lines were drawn. Cross this line, you gonna get it. Back then, everybody knew who was who, what is what, who got along with who didn't get along with who, why we got along, why they didn't get along. All that you knew. Everything, circles and circles, squares and squares, like that, you know. But now, of course, today, you know, hey, squares going to circles and circles going to squares. But anyway, so he wanted to go do something. Me, the way I was built back then, I'm like, cuz, you know, I was down for any type field trip against what we considered at that time the opposition. I was down for the field trip, didn't make me no difference whatsoever. So Keith brought it up, you know what I'm saying? And me and Keith had done stuff together before, you know? So I'm like, well, you know, what's up, cuz? You know, what we gonna do? You know, what's happening? Man, go down here these 20s. He wanted to go in the 20s. Of course, that was where he should have wanted to go because at that, you know, the main enemies, you know what I'm saying? Hereditary main enemies, 20s and 30s, 30s and 20s, beefing, you know? So I'm like, shoot, cuz, I ain't tripping. What's up, homie? Shoot, let's ride. I'm gonna ride with you. So boom, he had a heat. What kind of heat it was a heat, put it like that. It don't make no difference. You don't need to know what kind it was, you know. But it put it like this here, it makes some noise. We riding around. We ride. So we don't come down Western. We went down Western. We went to Western until we crossed over 30th. When we crossed over 30th, then you got 29th, 28th, 27th. Like I say, this was many years ago. Probably over 40. Hold up. Somewhere around there. Years ago. Something like that. But anyway. Yeah, matter of fact, yeah, I'm thinking on it. So anyway, I can't remember if it was 26th, 27th, or 28th, one of them streets. I don't really know my way. Well, back then, I didn't know my way around the area down that way. I didn't know. I just knew that the people we was looking for are up in this area somewhere. But now Crazy Keith knew. So he told me to bust a right, going down Western, bust a right on either 27th or 26th. I'm not sure. We go down the street. Now on this street, it was some apartments or some, but it was a church. It was a church right there, and some apartments or something right there, something like that. And he was telling me, man, this where they be at. This where they be at. And I'm like, well, cuz, I don't see them. They ain't, they ain't here right now. He like, cuz, I'm telling you. So I'm like, all right. Now, this is the thing about, especially back then, going on field trips. A lot of times you can go on the hunt and not know you're being hunted. You can go on the hunt and not know you're being hunted. We go down to I'm gonna just say 27th. I think it was 27th. But we go down 27th and we get to a street. I'm not familiar with that west side like that, especially way over there. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been Hobart. When you come off Western, when you come off Western going east, the very first cross street right there, whatever that street was, I think it was Hobart, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. St. Andrews, Hobart, something. But anyway, whatever that street was, we hit that street and we bust a left going up the street. When we bust a left going up the street, we picked up a tag and didn't know it. We picked up a tag, homie, and did not know it. We picked up a tag and didn't know it. We came up. We came up. We went when we hit that street. We bust that left. We go down. We hunting. I'm telling you, all you heard was the theme music to Jaws. Ba-da, 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 da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Shark fin, you know? So look, we come up the next street. Then the next street, what could have been 26th or 25th, something like that. Don't get me the line. It one of them streets. But we coming down the street, we going back toward Western. We don't even know we picked up the tag just yet because whoever it was killed their lights. They turned their lights all the way off. Blink. So when we turned boom. We come up, we hit Western. He say, come, we finna round back around. We finna round back around. So we come up, we hit Western, we bust a left again. When we come up, we go up either one street or two streets. But I'm thinking, if I'm correct, I'm thinking we're back on 27th. So we bust another left because he like, cuz, man, go down this street right here. Man, I'm telling you, somebody gonna pop up. Somebody gonna pop up. I'm like, all right. So like, we on the hunt. We hunting, boy. Shoot, I got that clear spit falling off my teeth. You know, as we getting further down the street, we're in the middle of the block, or no, we're closer to that street, back down the way. But it's kind of like, it ain't in the middle of the block, but it's closer to that next cross street. Man, something just say, "Bah, bah, bah." 3 of them. I don't see no muzzle flash. I don't see nothing. I don't see it. I stopped the car. I'm like, cuz, man, somebody busting. At the time, we don't think we being bust on. I'm like, cuz, somebody busting. He like, I'm here. Man, all of a sudden, some say, we heard the blah, blah. Some hit the quarter panel on the driver's side. Beep, beep. I'm driving now. Beep, beep. I'm like, oh, shoot, cuz, they busting on us. Cuz, they busting on us. Man, but now we seen the muzzle flash. We seen where it was coming from, and it was coming from behind a car. I don't know if this was the car that had been trailing us or another car. Because the way we found out a car was trailing us is he told me, he's like, Toon, it's a car behind us. I'm like, man, that car way back there, homie. He say, homie, man, I think that car following us. I'm like, no, it ain't. So boom, like I say, when we bust that left on that other street, didn't see the car at first. But right before I bust another left going down the other street, that's when we realized the car was coming up. I'm like, cuz, I'm telling you, man, that car following us. Yeah, you're right. You're right, car following us. So we like, all right, cool, tripping. The car that was behind us was way down the streets. When the shots started firing, the car was way down the street. So whoever it wasn't them. I'm saying they wasn't the ones that was busting on us. The car was too far down the street. And when the shoot started, you could still see the car way down the street. Then come to think of it, they might not have been them. But I say it was them because they were following us. They was following us, y'all. I know when I'm being followed. Because you kill your friend, you kill your headlights, and you stay like a half a block back, you following me, homie. So boom. But now when the shots fire, bow, bow. First ones, no. But when I heard that blink, 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 tearing that quarter panel up, I'm like, oh, cuz, somebody busting on us. That's when we seen where it was coming from. Man, listen, the homie Crazy Kieth, he roll up out the passenger side, and he come over the hood of the car. When he come over the hood of the car, he did his thug thistle. Man. He did his thug thistle. I'm ducked low. Now, he talking about some thug thistle. Whatever happened back there, I don't really know because I wasn't looking. I ain't gonna lie, cuz I got small. Cause there's shooting going on. I ain't finna catch no shell like that. I got little. So when he bring the heat back over the car, he get in, go. I punch out. Boom, I punch out. We get back to the apartment. We get back to Palm View. get back to the pond view. Like, dang, cuz. I'm like, man, you got, he like, I don't know. Serve them fools, homie. Serve them fools, cuz. Woo, 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 woo. I said, okay. Now, believe it or not, again, people out there in YouTube world, y'all hear this. And a lot of y'all starstruck. Oh. But I can tell you the story, it don't excite me, it don't move me. Because this is something that I did every day back then. This was a part of our lifestyle. This was our culture. This is what we did. During that time, those were the times that made LA stand head and shoulders above other cities as far as this game stuff going. You know, this was the era that books were made about. This was the era that the movies and the songs and all this was made about. What they make movies about, what they make songs about, what they get paid about, it was our blood, sweat, and tears, man. It was our everyday life. It was our culture, our heritage, our history. This is what we did, man. It wasn't nothing spectacular to us. We woke up to it. We went to it all during the day, and we went to bed to it, and wake up the next day, and it's on and cracking again. Hey, man, it was a crazy world, man, in South Central LA back then, homie. You know, when they say home of the riots, not rallies, they mean that, man. They meant that for sure. You know. But anyway, dropped the homie, y'all. He went his way. I went my way. Que sera. I see you in a couple of more days. We'll do it again. You know, stuff like that. But anyway, tell the people you love them, man. I just had to get that little quick story out for the homie who had been on my bumper for about a whole year about the crazy Keith story. Oh, my bad. Security cameras. But anyway, yeah, tell the people you love them, man. And don't forget, homie, I represent the gangsters, the Avalon gangsters. I'm out. Peace.
When I pop, then you pop. Don't nobody drop. You better pay into the block. Then fuck the cops. You better squeeze until it's empty. I put that on 50. She's with it. How you hit me? A gang, swing gang, what it looks at. 5 tray, yeah, third that. 4 8, 8 8, 11 6. So when you slide down the 8, you're getting clapped at. Hands up until my days up.